Okay, this is part 2 of the family survival pack, or emergency backpack. Um, we ended off with the fire kit. If you don't know what we're talking about, click this link. It'll take you to part 1. Okay, so let me go ahead and stuff this back in here. Like I said, these little boxes are extremely useful. You can get them at Dollar Tree. That's where I got them. Comes in a 4-pack. Okay. Up next is shelter purposes. First off, we have 2 emergency blankets, or solar blankets. They're very reflective and they retain heat, 90% of heat in your body, and it keeps out the wind. So that's just a great warm source if you get slightly cold. Something I picked up is an emergency bivvy. This has a waterproof outside, so if it's raining, you could use this easily as a shelter. Just curl up in it. And it's also an emergency blanket on the inside, so you stay nice and warm. We have 3 ponchos, so say you're on the go or walking, you could easily, if you're just walking, you could easily just slip one of these on over the backpack, and it'll keep the backpack dry and you. Or you could cover the backpack with them, but you probably won't if you already have camp set up. Up next is a knife. Since this is a bigger backpack, I really didn't see a point in a small stabbing razor blade. I went ahead and just went all out and got a saw. This is very useful. I actually used this earlier. It's very sharp and it can cut through some small trees, so you can get some firewood or make a shelter. Or if you have to kill something, you can. So yeah, I got that. That won't hurt as well. Up next is some sturdy cord, or polycord. Yeah, it came slightly undone. Okay, this is 50 feet, or 75 feet actually. These things support up to 100 pounds. They're very durable. I used these when I was a co-counselor, and we use them for everything: tarps, bear bags, string up little kids, whatever. Up next, if you do not feel like getting the polycord, if you have an REI next to you, or you can search this in your local camping supply store. It's a utility cord. It's 50 feet and they support up to 400 pounds. It's very small and lightweight and thin. And you can easily use this for snares or the same purpose as a polycord. They're very strong. Up next we have the Culligan's tube tent. Now this is pretty useful. So say you don't need to use your ponchos, but say it rains in the middle of the night, you have a tent. You can just keep all your stuff in it, such as your backpack, next to you. Or chances are you don't want to keep your backpack, you want to string it up in a tree. We'll go over the bear bag in another video. But they're very useful. You just string it up between 2 trees, and it's already just a triangular tarp, and it comes with cord and everything. It's very useful, and it's only $7. I have clothesline cord. Now this could be used for the bear bag, snare, or a backup cord in case something happens to your tube tent cord. Next we have this Alpha Survival Tin. Now if you're looking for a dollar store type deal, this is the way to go. Everything in here probably costs a little less than $5 for everything in here. It's got a small fishing kit with some hooks, bait, weights, and a wrapped cord, 100 feet of wrapped cord. Lighter. Two zip ties. You could use those zip ties for anything over here. Some more pulling fireworks. Alcohol prep wipes. Some band-aids. Ibuprofen, cotton, and copper wire, and a cotton ball. Everything in here could be used, and it's got a small razor blade on the top too, in case you catch a fish. But say, this is the way to go if you don't want to get all of this stuff here. Just easily get yourself some Altoids and make yourself a little survival tin. It's a fun little project you can do with the kids to teach them about survival in case something happened. For last section, it's all about the food. Like I stated earlier, these chlorine dioxide tablets, even though they filter your water and it's great, it just tastes terrible. You gotta let your water sit for 4 hours and all that, and at the end it's not very tasty water. Even though water doesn't have a taste, you could definitely taste that. So I picked up some of these at Walmart while I was there getting some stuff. It's some Crystal Light drink flavoring and maybe some instant tea. Even though I'm not a big fan of this kind of stuff, it's a lot better than having to drink this. So, and you have easily 30 tablets, and you have 30 of those, so it works out great. While I was at Walmart, I found this. It's something Snickers has come out with, and it's really useful, especially if you're making a kit. Most kits only have 4 energy bars, and it's basically the same thing, Cliff bars or something. But these are, I don't want to say as good as Cliff bars. They're slightly not as many calories and whatnot, but it's got 18 bars, and it's $8. It's got 3 different flavors, so you won't tire out on the same flavor. And it's got proteins, calories, sugars. I mean, this is a good food source if you can't catch anything. Something that I figured would probably be good, it's actually suggested, is beef jerky, because it's packed with protein. And so I got 2 of them. So, now you have a bunch of food, just in case. Duct tape. What can duct tape do? Man. You shouldn't really ask why you need duct tape. You should always have duct tape, no matter where you go. I don't care if you go to an amusement park, you should have duct tape. Up next is a shovel. You should always have not one of those plastic gardening shovels, which are terrible. I actually found this for like $10 at Walmart, and I'm not sure what kind of metal it is actually, but it's very strong. It's very strong. It has a serrated edge. It's a shovel. You can use this to dig your cat hole. If you do not know what that is, I'll tell you in a different video. Or you could use this to make a fire pit, so you don't catch the forest on fire. So many uses for the shovel. Okay. Up next, which is probably the last thing in here, is a good sturdy pair of gloves. Okay? This is probably not one of the most important, but it's a good thing to have, especially if you're using wood or the saw, so you don't cut yourself. Or say you see a snake by your camp and you want to get rid of it, but you do not want to necessarily, you can kill it with a shovel or with a saw, I don't care. But, Or basically though, if it's just a snake or just an animal you want to get rid of, or you don't want to get any blood on you, way to go. Some good gloves, gardening gloves would work. That's probably what those are. So yeah, that's basically everything. If you have any questions, leave a comment. I read comments all the time, or just send me a link. I will be doing videos of basic survival needs, and that will be coming up soon. And in my future videos, I'll apologize ahead. I do not live near the woods, so a lot of my videos will probably be on a diagram or using chairs or something. But that's basically it. Okay. Thank you for watching, and subscribe if you want to. I don't care.